Okay, in this video, we're going to be talking about some news that's coming out of Disney and Fox, and also a show that perhaps you can watch. You may not have seen it already, and it's worth your time to view while it's still available and before anything new comes up on one of the major services. In the meantime, we took a little time away and went to the beach, and perhaps you'd like to see a minute or so of some pictures we took there. Wasn't that refreshing? Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd. And today in the news, we were looking at Fox and Disney, and some bad news has come out of the early goings of this pairing, that Fox has not been doing very well in some of its most recent picture releases, and it's leading some to believe that there may be a limited time for us to see Fox branded pictures, or at least the type of pictures that Fox has been producing. It looks like there's going to be some movement around in the executive suite, and Disney is going to take more direct control over the Fox brand and perhaps the Fox Searchlight as well. Meantime, Disney has had its own problems with failing to make a deal with Sony Pictures, which owns the rights to Spider-Man. Well, the most recent Spider-Man picture kind of led you to believe that Spider-Man was going to kind of take over Iron Man's spot as, if not the leader, certainly a prominent member of the Avengers. And with the breakdown of talks between Disney and Sony, it looks like that Spider-Man will not be part of the Marvel Comics universe any further. And this is going to mess up some things that they had kind of set up in the last film for the next one, and because of some cross-studio characterizations that we won't be able to see together again. We've seen that there has been some fan backlash of this split up, and there's some question as to whether Disney might want to buy Sony. While at the same time, Sony may be in play for Viacom CBS. There's been some talk that there is more to come once the merger happens between Viacom and CBS, and that they're going to look for other things to add to this to make themselves larger. They have been maybe a tenth of the size of the new combined Disney and Fox. So they have a lot of cash and the ability to bring on some. Some people were saying that the Discovery networks might be picked up, and others were saying that there's a possibility that Viacom CBS might want to buy up the Sony Pictures, which is also Columbia and TriStar and some of those. So we'll be watching that. It doesn't speak well for combining the Marvel comic universe, but at the same time, I'm not quite certain if I want Disney to own 3 studios instead of just the 2. At any rate, that's what we've heard in the news recently. Let's move on to what we have for you to watch. Not a lot of news coming out about Star Trek or the Orville, and we believe that right at the end of the year we'll see the Orville, and sometime into the next year we'll see more of some other things. But in the meantime, if you're looking for something to watch, you may not have seen this. This happened for 2 seasons on Starz, and was a very well done show. I didn't think I was going to like it at first. It's called Counterpart. Now, if you are familiar with the commercials for Farmers Insurance, the guy that plays the professor that says, we've seen a few things and so we know a few things kind of thing, plays a dual role in this. And to set it up, and his name is J.K. Simmons, to set this up, there is a secret CIA type agency which guards a portal to another dimension. And this other dimension has a similar look to it. Think about Fringe. If you ever saw Fringe, where they went into their parallel universe, they had all the same people over there, but their personalities were maybe a little bit different, the details of their history a little bit different. And that's the way we see here in this world that they've built here. And in this case, most people on one side don't know about the people on the other, and it's a very carefully kept secret. Now, J.K. Simmons plays a normal office worker guy whose wife was sick and in the hospital and tubes up, and he goes to visit her, but she's comatose and doesn't look good for her to make a recovery. A very sweet fellow, it would turn out. And his counterpart, also played by J.K. Simmons from the other universe, is a secret agent. And part of what he's supposed to do is to go into our dimension and thwart the plans of other people from his dimension that are trying to disrupt things. And we won't go into too much detail about what that is so it doesn't give away the plot. But eventually the two meet each other, and you can see that there is one who is a precision instrument, a ruthless killer, and the other who is a rather magnanimous normal guy. And so there is a little bit of comic relief, shall we say, in the way they react to each other, and when one has to portray the other, how they're both a little bit awkward being in the other one's world. It goes for 2 seasons on Starz. It was not picked up for a third, but it is as original as you can get these days on television, and there are very few character actors out there that are better than J.K. Simmons, and I recommend you're watching this. So I'd like to know if you've seen it, or if you watch it and would like to get back to us and let us know how you liked it, or if you have some ideas about the Disney Fox or Disney Sony problems. Why not go into the comments and let me know about that? In the meantime, if you have not become a subscriber, please do so, and don't forget to click the bell in order to know when the next video is coming your way. So I'll give you some more beach pictures. How about? In the meantime, don't go far.